Hey everyone, hope everybody's been safe. Um, I've been thinking about something, and I see these guys on these shows. They're walking through the woods or swamps or something like that, and they're in their boots, and they're getting their boots soaking wet. Sometimes it's during hot weathers, and sometimes it's during cold weather, and they get to their camp, and they make a little fire and they put their boots by the fire. And the next day, their boots are completely dried out and completely warm. That's bull. Um, it takes a long time for a pair of boots to dry out, and you're going to have a big enough fire in an enclosed area to keep the heat in, so it will dry the boots quicker. But just having a little fire, setting them by there in the open air is not going to dry your boots. Um, you're going to stick. What my point is, people's going to see this and they're going to do it, and they're going to wake up the next morning thinking their boots are nice and dry, and they're going to put their foot into, with their socks on, they're going to put their foot into a damp, wet boot, and that's going to lead to trouble for them, either by getting them sick or giving them blisters on their feet as they're walking in this damp boots. But my thought and what I do on my overnight camping trips and my overnight hunting trips, I either take a pair of, cheap tennis shoes or a pair of water shoes with me in my pack. Um, that way, if I have to get in water, I can take off my boots, roll my pants legs up and put either my tennis shoes on or my water shoes on, and walk across, and I'm not worried about getting my main pair of footwear soaking wet. It's just a, pair of water shoes. Water shoes don't take no time to dry out. But and another, I see these guys, they're or these shows they're it's in the spring and summertime, and they take their shoes off, they take their boots off, and they walk out into the water, and they're, either foraging, you know, for stuff, or they're just walking across trying to get to the other side. Um, Number one, you don't know what's in that water. People's going to say, "Well, it's way out in the boonies." You can be 50 miles out in the bush in Alaska. You're going to come across some type of metal in the water or some type of glass due to floods, due to stuff being washed from the lakes, out of the rivers into the lakes, from people who's been around, who's hunted or trapped or camped, who was exploring. They're going to drop stuff. They're going to leave stuff behind, old cook cans or whatever, and it could get in the water. And if you have your shoes off and you step on that, you're in deep trouble. No matter how clear the water is, you don't know what's in the water to get in that wound, and you're going to get it infected, which could lead to fevers, could lead to a bad infection. You could lose your foot, you could die from it. I mean, when me and the boys are out swimming or hunting crawdads or something like that in the creeks, we have water shoes on because we're not taking that chance of something going in our foot, being barefooted. But, I was thinking about that, and I haven't seen anything on YouTube about anybody carrying extra footwear. And, either tennis shoes or a pair of water shoes. Another thing is, I don't know if any of you guys ever slept in boots, but sleeping in a pair of boots sucks. I mean, it sucks. That's the only thing I could say. Um, it's not comfortable. whatsoever. You get used to it after a while, but it's still not comfortable. But when you're out hiking and you set up camp, you can take your boots off, put your tennis shoes on or your water shoes, and it gives your feet and legs comfort, relaxation. Like, oh, it's lightweight. You're not. It feels good to wear something comfortable like that. But and number one, you don't want to ever sleep if you're out in that situation. Ever sleep without some type of shoes on because somebody could come into your camp. You have to jump up and defend it, or a bear or some kind of animal come through there, and you got to get away. A tree could be a fall, and you have to get up and get away. And you don't want to run through the woods barefooted. So at least with tennis shoes or water shoes, you got protection on your feet from getting cut or something ran through it. Um, but I don't know. I carry it, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen anybody on YouTube talk about carrying extra footwear. And I'm just, is it worth carrying the extra weight to have extra footwear protection, comfort, comfort, relaxation? Is the weight, is it worth carrying the extra weight? What do you guys think? Me, I think, yeah, if you're going to be in that situation, your leg's going to be tired, your feet's going to be tired, and having that little extra comfort, you know, to kind of help you relax at nighttime, I think it's worth it. Or protection walking through, water, keeping your good pair of boots dry and, drying out your tennis shoes or your water shoes. But water shoes, you can pick them up 5, $8 sometimes. Catch them on clearance for like 250. Tennis shoes, you can get a cheap pair of tennis shoes for 8, $10. I'm not talking no brand name Nike or Adidas or anything like that. Just a cheap pair of tennis shoes that you can just throw in your backpack, and just something for foot protection. And you don't care if they get wet or not. You can stick them by the fire, and if it takes them a couple of days to dry out, they ain't no big deal. If you have to put them on wet, that means you're going to put them on wet walking through water, so it's no big deal. You're not getting your boots wet. But is it worth the weight to you guys? Would you guys carry the extra weight in your backpack in a bug out situation or something like that? Me, I would. I would definitely um, would uh, carry it because it's just, like I said, comfort, relaxation, protection of my good boots. Not getting them wet or anything like that. But just tell me what you guys think. Would you carry an extra pair of water shoes or tennis shoes in your bug out bag? All right, guys, I'm going to get back at this firewood. It's killing me. But I'll see you on the next one. Everybody be safe out there. Bye.